Howdy, howdy, everyone. How's it going tonight? Welcome in, Jagbu. How are you today? So, we're doing something a little different today. I know it's always fun when I say that. Um, we're going to be fixing my Steam Deck today. So, my Steam Deck has some, has, has a problem. It is fun when you say that. Sometimes it's weird. Um, I'm just checking something real quick. I need to turn off something. Where is it? That one. And we are not doing. Okay, that one's already off. Good. All right. Figures about your Steam Deck. My Steam Deck is an early model Steam Deck. I got it within the first month of them being released. I was an early adapter to it, and have been using it ever since. It has full on replaced a laptop for me. Like, I keep it in my backpack when I go to work with a keyboard and a mouse. Like, I love this thing. I 100% at Red Dead Redemption 2 on this thing alone. And it's a really good device. I really like it. But because like I said, I have a early model one, and the amount of time I've played on it, my left thumbstick here has a bit of drift to it. Enough drift where, and I 100% Red Dead 2 on it before it was stable. No, my Nintendo Joy-Cons are trash. Like, these awful things here. I'm trying to slide one out. These awful things here are terrible. I hate it, and it's bad. Because I do still have a Switch, and it's sitting right next to me. I just never use it. But yeah, so I have put a lot of time into my Steam Deck. I just recently played all the way through Control on my Steam Deck. Like, I put a lot of time into it. I watch things on it. I play things on it. I do just about. Like, I write stuff on it. Because, like I said, it has fully replaced a laptop. And by using, like, a 3D printed stand, like this one that lives on my desk, it is full on my laptop at this point. Like, I really love this device. So, I've decided to upgrade and fix it by using these. These are the Ghoulie Kit Hall Effect joysticks. They supposedly do not have as much or any stick drift, and they are compatible with both this and the newer models. So I got a set of these, and because my brother wanted to go to Micro Center yesterday, I picked up an iFixit kit, so we even have proper tools to do all of it. So we are setting ourselves up for the best possible iteration of me doing this correctly. I've been wanting one of these little toolkits for a while now, and it was like once it was like $35, so it's not terrible. It comes with like tools you'd need for like tech repairs, including like little Torx bits and a little precision screwdriver and all that. Not actual standard, third party. Yes, they are. These are third party joysticks. So these use Hall effect sensors, which are. I am not that kind of a tech guy. I understand that these use electromagnetic pulses to figure out like where you're pressing your joystick and all that, rather than the standard like analog stick. But the functional lifetime on them is far higher, from my understanding. And I have a guide up here on my screen to show me how to do it. I have a camera set up so y'all can see what I'm doing. So hopefully this will go reasonably well. Oh my god, hands cam is so much fun. We have actual, like, hand cam. Like, I set up a second one. We can zoom in if I need to, or zoom out as needed. Stream your Steam Deck like this. God damn, this is a difficult sentence. We have streamed from the Steam Deck quite a few times. Particularly when I did Metal Gear Solid. When I did Twin Snakes. It was all emulated on this. Because at the time I didn't have two computers, and I wanted to try it out. And we also did the whole Steam Deck thing when I first got it. When I first got it, we did a whole, like, Sunday stream, just me checking it out, and I played Office Simulator, or Desk Job, or whatever it was. This damn suction cup don't want to go back in its place. Now, the only issue I can foresee with this, that was a million years ago, I don't remember that. I barely do. I just remember that I did it. The only downside to this setup is I cannot escape the dog hair. That furry bastard back there, who has been bribed with a treat and has been sleeping all day, so I'm worried he's going to enact violence. Could be problematic throughout all of this. I'm going to try to keep things as clean as I can, but my musty ass desk pad and the fact that 90% of the air I breathe is contaminated by husky fur, there's only but so much I can do. So, what say we go ahead and start taking shit apart? Oh, before I forget, as always, social medias, links in the chat, all that good stuff. Alright, first things first. Let's enjoy the intro movie. So I did... Let me get that in focus. So I did run my battery down to about 22%. And you want to go to your Steam Deck controller ID and look for the beginning numbers here. Or letters, rather. Mine is MEDA, which means that I have Type A controllers. That will tell you what, like, setting to put these on. These ones will do both. But like, these ones will do both, but some of the older style ones either are Type A or Type B, depending on what model you have. Oh, come on. Yes, correct. This is why we can't have nice things. Depending on what model you have, that'll change for you, but for the most part, that number will determine what joysticks you use. Like I said, these ones do either. The Ghoulie Kit ones do either. They just have a little switch on the back here. They just have a little switch here on the back for A and B. I just had to set both of them to A because I have an older model. Alright. Now, I am actually going to be following the guide, so I will be looking away and, like, reading things. So. But I am one, and the white limited edition, especially intriguing, but it's out of stock. So, I know that they did a couple limited models of them. Don't pay extra for the limited edition models or go through the extra trouble, because so many companies make other shells or skins for these that you can pick up a basic Steam Deck and, like, throw a skin on it. Like, I don't see the point in paying the extra money for it. Like for a colorway, when legitimately I'm considering buying the back shell for this that is transparent purple, like my Game Boy. Like, you can do anything you want with it. Alright, so step 1 is prepare your Steam Deck for disassembly. Turn on your Steam Deck and allow the battery to discharge below 25% before starting repairs, as the charged lithium polymer battery can be dangerous if accidentally punctured. Oh, explosion get the OLED compared to the LCD. That just because my Switch is not OLED. Yeah, I think the OLED's actually, like, pretty nice. Do not explode that, Ralph. I really hope to not explode this. Nowadays, I think the OLED is, like, the way you should go, unless budgetary constraints keep you from, like, being able to afford the, like, legitimately, unless there's a budgetary concern, go with the OLED. Like, save up the extra, like, $100 or whatever the price difference actually is to buy it. I told you to buy it responsibly. You know how I bought the Steam Deck? Because I am not a moneyed individual. I bought mine. Take your SD card out, by the way. Whenever you're opening up the Steam Deck, take the SD card out. They will crack in half. I bought mine by putting away $20 a week between when the pre-order was and when it came out. Like, I literally would just go into Steam every week I had an extra $20. Or, like, an extra however much money. And I would just buy a Steam, like, gift card and put it in my Steam wallet. And I kept a little, like Excel spreadsheet kind of thing on my phone. And I would just keep track of it that way. And every week I would just, buy a gift card and start saving. Like, it was, in my opinion, the best way to do it. Because, like I said, I'm not a rich person. I don't have disposable income like that, despite all the fun toys I keep getting myself. That was the easiest way for me to do it. And if, that's very much based on situations. But, like, I am of the opinion that, like, the best way to buy a big ticket item like that is by saving up for it. Alright, first screw. No going back now. What scares me, I've, like, worked on cars. I've done, like, a good amount of, like, repairs on things and, like, I'm a fairly technical person. Every time I go and do something like this where I have never done it before, it scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Like, I find this to be very stressful. My laptop up for the first time in 10 years the other day, too, so we're... Well, like, my laptop has a new job. My laptop is no longer just a laptop, it is now a pie hole. Like, it is just a network-wide ad blocker. And it sits on top of a kitchen cabinet. And just runs. I am thinking about moving it to my bedroom to use it as a media PC of some variety. But I haven't gotten around to that yet. What I like about screwdrivers like this... Let me finish the screw before I take the screwdriver away and start talking like an idiot. Because it has a twirly top, you can just kind of put your hand on the top and spin the shaft of it. And a lot of precision screwdrivers kind of have that functionality, which makes it really great to, like, quickly do things. Because I could have gotten myself a little, little automatic screwdriver or something, or, electric one, but... Well, to be fair, I have other screwdrivers, bigger screwdrivers even, that for certain things, it is a little magnetic. But you can make any screwdriver magnetic if you put a magnet on it. I know that sounds like a douchey thing to say, but hold on, let me... So if you take any screwdriver and you put like a magnet on the shaft, like it will become a magnetic tip, or it will function as. Like it won't be like super powerful, but it'll hold a screw on there. You know? Prevent static stars too, or are you not worried about that? I'm extremely worried about that, but there isn't really much I can do other than touching stuff. Like, I keep just kind of like touching my mic stand every so often, and I'm wearing slippers with rubber bottoms, so I'm not too concerned. As long as I don't get up and like pet Hutchin or go slide in and out of my recliner or put my sweater on and take my sweater off, like I should be good. Like I am as discharged as I can be, and I just keep kind of touching metal things randomly. Yeah. So modern electronics, you don't have to worry about that as much as you used to have to. It used to be a bigger concern. Nowadays, things are protected enough where it's not going to bork your entire system. It's still not the best idea, but, you know, it's not going to kill you. Varying size and shape, two drivers level, same size might fit differently. Snug us into the screw head. Okay. Yeah, that's just a tip on using a screwdriver, which my toxic masculinity could never. I know how to use a screwdriver. Alright, we'll put that back. Now we need the guitar pick. Which realistically, I have guitar picks. I could have just used one of those, I think. Alright, it is showing it on the R2, or right underneath the R2, so... This is the part that really makes me nervous, is trying to pry this thing. Insert the opening pick in the gap between the back cover and the front shell along the edge of the right grip. If you're having trouble inserting your pick, grip starting at the top, then slide the pick towards the grip. You know what the other good thing about this is? I get to get all the fucking grime out of it. There's so much grime in my Steam Deck in these corners. Which, like, every so often I'll take my knife and try to, like, get the gunk out, but there's only but so much you can do. This part is very terrifying, and this pick is very flimsy. Like, I don't know if I'm doing that right. It's the gunk. The gunk could very well be holding this together. Once again, I've had this since, like, launch. I got toothbrushes. Maybe I should go grab a toothbrush and, like, kind of brush this out as good as I can. Actually, I should grab my toothbrushes just for cleaning it when I do have it apart. Like, I get why they do it nowadays. The whole, like, pressure fit things. The gunk. Then you got static discharge. Well, the bright side, aside from the amount of husky fur in the air, there's not really any carpet or anything. Like, I'm on hardwood floors. Like, the cabinet I'm grabbing has a metal handle. So I'm not too, like I said, I'm not too concerned about static. Even though I have been getting zapped literally every time I get up out of my chair. Shocking me, so I'm always aware of static now. Yeah. Yeah, I trust me, I get it. I get it as you look at the furry monster, the furry criminal I live with in my recliner. It's his recliner. It might as well be. That couch is so damn uncomfortable, too. Okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? Insert an opening pick into the gap between the back cover and the front shell along the edge of the right grip. If you're having trouble inserting your pick at the grip seam, try starting at either the top or bottom long edges first, then slide the pick towards the grip. Okay. I am having troubles. So let me try along the bottom. Oh, it's creaking in a way I don't find comfortable. Oh, there's an unreasonable amount of gunk. Hey! That feels like it's in. Oh, God, it's making cracking noises. Am I supposed to pry all the way along? Back cover to release from the locking clips. I miss when things were just screwed together. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I know that this is technically like easier to manufacture, and you're not really supposed to take things apart anymore. But like, I miss when things were like one, like you just unscrew them. Did you watch the video? No, I'm reading AI Fix It guide. Screws, that's been my life. There are screws. I did remove 8 screws, to be fair. There were 4 in the middle and then 4 on the outer edges. But even more. Yeah. Like to be fair, I do think that like us moving into clips makes things a bit more hostile to get into. And like, this ain't it, Chief. Also, I feel like this pick is so flimsy. Like, I know I'm probably not supposed to get like knuckle deep in it, but still. Like, I don't know the appropriate amount of violence. By the way, I'm not stupid. I do have the video in another tab. Like, I can pull up the video at any moment and look at it. Like I did prepare a little bit. And I did read through the instructions before, at least for this part. Alright. Can I have audio? Please? Alright, hold on. We're gonna get wonky for a minute. Alright, it's 2.
Will be linked in the description below. Each Steam Deck ships with one of 2 different models of thumbsticks, Type A or Type B. Although nearly identical, capacitive touch capability relies on the correct type to be installed.
Yep.
To identify which thumbstick you're going to need, navigate to Settings.
I don't know what Reaction Andy is. Here's the thing. While I do think that like reaction content is fun, I do watch a little bit of it. Watching you react, I don't know. Alright, we got screws.
And then work your way towards the grip. With a little gentle pry, if you encounter any difficulty, slide it into the thin gap Steam Deck.
Okay, we've removed these screws. I've appropriately screwed my Steam Deck. Alright. Yes, unscrewing, yes. Very captivating, very unscrewing.
Opening pick and slide it into the thin gap between the back cover and the front shell.
Okay. We're gonna switch back to camera for a moment. See if we can't get it. Alright. Thank God I put together the most complex streaming setup I could. This is only possible because I'm a crazy person. Also, we could use a little more light here. I mean, on camera, we... Here's where Ralph forgets how to adjust the ISO of his camera. There we go. Listen, I didn't choose the camera life. The camera life chose me. I'm like getting nervous sweats. That's like daylight in there yet. Alright, how does this motherfucker do this? I'm not gonna cut back to the video, but I just need to see a still frame. Okay, he came at it like a wrecking ball. He's just like slipped in there like it wanted to be. Like, what am I missing here? I was telling my brother about how... like, I was on Reddit. I was on Reddit on one of the Twitch, like, subreddits. Got it. Look at that. There's a gap. And they're like, oh, well, how many screens do you use to stream? And a lot of the answers were like, 1 to 2. But there were quite a few people who were like me, and they're like, oh, 3 or 4. And I was talking to my brother about it. And I'm like, yeah, I like having the extra real estate because it gives me more versatility. If I want to have, if I want to have a stream where like I can monitor my stream while it's going. I use one, you use like 50, yeah. Or I can listen to delayed responses. Oh, I get it, don't worry. But I was like, yeah, there are a lot of times where like it's really nice to have the extra real estate. Things like running, like being able to run different things at the same time. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, the game tax on my stream because I use 2 computers. I don't have to worry about, like... Oh, God, don't push it back together, Ralph, like an asshole. I don't have to worry about, like... Oh, if my stream does something wrong, I have the Steam Deck usually right here, with an actual, like, unlogged in, just straight up how you would view it as the viewer, copy of my stream running. And that's great, because, like, if something goes wrong, I can easily see it. There's some weird setups for game that only go full stream. I actually would be very interested to see how that looks for your setup, like how you have all that set up, because I couldn't imagine doing with less. Like, I'm too spoiled, and right away went too spoiled to where I never had to do it with one screen. So, like, the idea of it is fascinating to me. Like, I'm sure I would be able to figure it out and how to have that set up. But, like, that whole idea is just wild to me. But don't turn on. Oh, so much crusty under here. See, the iFixit doesn't give you the iFixit guide doesn't give you an idea of how crusty and gross a thing that you use your hands. Hey! We got the back off with minimal damage. Set that aside. There we go. I am going to grab a toothbrush, though. Hold on. So I literally, like, it's a new toothbrush. It's not like mine. But I literally bought a package just for cleaning shit. Goddamn, no wonder children aren't brushing their teeth. No wonder children aren't brushing their teeth. They're so hard to get into the box. Alright, let's get the gunk off of my triggers while we're in here. Gunk off around this edge. And I probably should be spraying with like alcohol or something, or using something on here. I'm just gonna dry brush it real quick to kind of get it off. What, I can use a backup. These are the cheapest, shittiest. They got rubber bits I don't understand. Like, there's one autofocuses. They got these rubber bits on the side here. I guess are for like gums. I don't know. I'm a caveman when it comes to like self-care. Like, I use a basic comb. I have a very basic toothbrush. I do use Sensodyne. My confidence pilot. Can't be scared if you're too stupid to know what to be afraid of. No, I'm just doing the outside, so I'm not worried about like hitting anything or like breaking anything. Like, there are some little ribbon cables here, but I'm like going as gently as I possibly can, which is a feat for me because they're big dumb hands. But I figure while I have it open, it's probably a good idea. Although I also shouldn't be putting my thumb like straight up on a board. Clean out my air vents. Alright. I'm also a little weary of turning this over, because I know that the back buttons on it, like these, are only held in by pressure. I don't believe they're actually screwed in any way. A little bit of dust in here, but nothing crazy. Surprisingly not bad for the amount of gunk that was coming out when I was prying. Surprisingly reasonable. Oh, that's not terrifying at all. Yeah, there's like little ribbon cables around, but nothing too scary to like break. Not to mention, one of the reasons I'm pretty okay with doing this is because this is user repairable. Like, Valve outright like built this thing to be repairable by the user. You know, you don't have to send it in to get it fixed. And I like that. I think that tech should be repairable by the end user. Or at the very least, they shouldn't lock me out of being able to fix it. You know? Like, make reasonable guides and all that to make it so that I can do this. Because I don't see a reason why not to, you know? Like, granted, Valve suggests against it. Like, make no bones about it. Valve does not suggest you do this. I think their earliest kind of things were like, hey, we don't recommend you do this, but it's your device. You do what you want. And I respect that. They even before the release of the Steam Deck, oh, son of a bitch, are there multiple picks here? They gave me more than one pick? I thought there was just one. So the underneath of all these tools is blue. So legit, I thought... No, that's the last one. They gave me like 5 of these fuckers. I'm sorry, 6. Like, the underside of the tools is blue in the holder, so I didn't see that there were more of these. Oh, that would have made it way easier. I could have pried on Pride. Son of the bitch. I've owned this toolkit for a day. I have not explored it fully. Alright, the next step. Unscrew the hidden shield screw. I'm going to need the these, you know. All right. If you have a refreshed Steam Deck version with the black motherboard cover, skip this step. Use a pair of tweezers to remove the piece of foil tape, hidden screw on the board. If possible, try not to rip or tear this tape. This is where shit's getting real. We're now getting to having to, like, finesse things. Okay. Okay, I think that's far back enough to get to that screw. And that is a Phillips head. Okay, and they want me to remove the screw, right? 12 head to remove the 3 screws. Alright. Tiny piece of tape to replace it. I don't have foil tape. I know for a fact I do not. Actually, I might. If there's a toolbox as big as an apartment next to me, I could legitimately have foil tape somewhere in there, but I don't know for sure. So if I don't know I have it, I'm going to assume I don't. But it didn't rip, so it's not an issue. Okay, these little screws here, I'm going to put in this little quadrant. I'm trying so desperately to be gentle with this and not strip anything. But it's so hard because these are very tiny screws. And this one's a little bigger, thankfully. Like, to be fair, most of my experience in repairing things tends to be larger things like cars. Growing up, my father was a mechanic. So I spent a lot of my youth in the backyard helping, you know? So I tend to have a good amount of comfort in doing stuff like that. Stuff like this is a little more alien. My father would do things like this. Like, every time there was a problem with our computer growing up, he was the one to take it apart and try to fix it and all that. So, like, this isn't too far outside of my wheelhouse. Move the board shield. But it still makes me a hair uncomfortable. Because I am used to cars where they're a bit more forgiving in terms of clumsiness and, like, how finesse you have to be. Oh, that's cool. So, if you look in here, see a bunch of thermal pads. This is most of the cooling for, like, my, what do we have under here? There's a heat pipe, which leads to a fan, which I'm assuming would be my CPU. I assume my CPU or APU is this underneath here. Like this bit here with the heat pipe coming off of it into the fan. This is the battery. Let me zoom out a little bit. This here is the battery. This big L-shaped bit here. This is my hard drive. And this underneath here, I assume would be my CPU, GPU, my APU rather, which is interesting. Like, look at all the cooling for this is this one heat pipe, this fan, and this thermal pad. That is so cool. Put that to the side for now. Depending on the age of your steel. This shield may stick to thermal pads underneath. During assembly, make sure your fan cable lays on the side of the board. What do you mean? The one they're showing me in the demonstration is a far newer model than mine. That's not what they call it, but still. Yeah, heat sink would be that big thing with fins. This is a heat pipe, which is really cool because it actually uses the condensation of air inside to become more viscous as different temperatures happen to activate cooling inside. So it's essentially working to like transfer heat. And this is a very layman explanation of how this works. But it essentially just transfers heat to and from, and the fan cools it, which is super cool. But like the Steam Deck doesn't overheat. Like I've not had a problem with it's gotten hot, but it does not overheat in my opinion. So this cooling solution is super simple but works, and it's so cool. All right, what are we doing next, almighty guide? Grip the battery cable by its pull tab and pull it directly away from the motherboard to disconnect it. All right, that'd be this thing here. So let's zoom in and reframe a little bit. The battery cable is this big one right here. So it wants me to pull it away. Alternatively, use the flat end of a splunger or a clean fingernail to gently push the connector out of its socket, then disconnect it by hand. So I am going to use just to change the sticks. So to be fair, we had to take off this heat sink because to get to this stick, which the board for it you can actually see is right here. This side's already exposed. Like, you can already see the left stick exposed here. We're disconnecting power as a safety precaution. Because I don't really see a pull tab on this. So we're gonna... But yeah, you remove power to make sure, like, there's no power going to components when you unhook them. Okay. Oh, is this whole thing a pull tab? Oh, okay. So this part makes me a little more nervous, because batteries, especially these kinds of batteries, if you puncture them, they explode. Like big fireball explode. There we go. Disconnect it. No explosions for old Ralph. Yet. Also, my eyes look really weird. The way it's reflecting off the screen, it keeps giving my eyes like the slightest, like, blue tint, which as somebody who has had brown eyes their entire life, it feels weird to see a picture of myself with eyes that are not like just dark circles. Just a coffee. I just made myself a quick coffee. I ran out of fresh beans, so I ground up the last little like 8 grams of what was it? I think I had Guatemalan coffee, like a good Guatemalan dark roast that I was grinding up and drinking all week. So I just made myself a little quick mix of that and chock full of nuts and threw it in the French press right before I started. So it's like fresh, like coffee. If you look behind me, you really can't tell, but like you can actually see my French press right there, just sitting there. Because I literally dumped coffee and then came over here. Alright, next up. Disconnect the left thumbstick cable. The left thumbstick will be on the right side. Be on your right hand side when working on the Steam Deck as it's laying upside down. This is one marked L right here. The way they phrased that confused the shit out of me. It's right, but it confused the shit out of me. Use the pointed end of a splunger to lift the small locking flap on the thumbstick's cable's ZIF connector. Cable out of... Alright, so I need some tweezers in a moment. I need a spluzzer. By the way, this is a spluzzer. It's like just a little like pointed pencil looking tool. Okay, I actually need to see how they do this, because this is one of those things you can break. Okay, so it looks like, just looking at it, right here, this little white bit up here looks like it'll flip up, and then I can pull the cable out via this little pull tab here. I am going to switch over to the video real quick to get a good eye on it. To get an idea. They're pulling the battery out now. Okay. Unlock the ZIF. Oh no, I'm wrong. The black part moves up. Okay, I see exactly how they did it. Alright. Okay, this is one of those things I might have to, like, not be on camera for real quick. Because I gotta get real close. There we go. Got it. You're on hand cam, yeah. Because, to give you an idea, let's bring nice and close here. Focus up. That's the little thing I had to pull up. That's my finger. The little black thing on that blue cable with the white housing. And that's my finger next to it. That is the size I'm working at right now. Howdy, lovely bear. How are you today? So yeah, there's a considerable amount of... I'm working with things that are extremely tiny. And I don't trust myself not to be a giant brute. You were saying? Howdy, Saz. How are you doing? How have you been? Okay. Woohoo! That is a mostly disconnected cable. Been busy nonstop. Yeah, that's how life goes. But how are both of your Sundays treating y'all? Okay, that does not want to be anywhere but where it is. Okay. But we got to disconnect it. That's the important part. And my heart rate is only... Thank you for the follow, Shaz. I thought you were already following.
Chasmic Freely is now following.
Thank you. The second one confused me.
We just do what we always do. We'll chat, but instead of talking, we'll sing it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that was an option and should have disabled it. Because we are working on things and I don't want to fuck it up. I could easily fuck this up. I could easily screw this up. This thing requires a little bit of finesse. I'm looking for other things.
Welcome to the family, son.
Thank you for the sub. I greatly appreciate it.
Zagbu gifted Chaz McFreely a subscription. Zagbu gifted a tier 1 sub to Chaz McFreely. They have given 10 gift subs in the channel.
Holy shit. Holy shit. 10. That's freaking awesome. Okay, cool. It looks like there's nothing that'll screw with my hand coordination still. Singing is fine. Where the hell was I There are 3 screws I have to remove. Shaz, Jagboo was just saying that you really like your Steam Deck as well. Have you had to do any of the repairs or anything yet? I need a wider Phillips head. Howdy, Killbot. How are you? How have you been? What's new? One screw out. It's almost a year old, so I hope not. Well, some people did the smart thing. I am not one of them. Where they bought the smaller model and put the larger this thingy in memory. How old is Ralph? Ralph is in his mid-30s for now. Hold the Steam Deck off the work surface. I should have read all of that. Oh, I got mine about a month after they came out. Wasn't a secret. I need something to balance this on. No, we don't dox Ralph. We don't. That's not a good thing. Ralph is not that important. But no, I got my Steam Deck in, I want to say if they released in February or March. Yeah, I think I got mine at the tail end of March. Like, I literally had the second group of ones that went out. Step 11, remove the thumbstick. Replace the thumbstick. Remove the left thumbstick. I did set a timer. There is a timer going. See, this is part of the problem I was having. My thumbstick has erectile dysfunction. Shaz set a timer. It says, my timer says 8 seconds. I'm just gonna say I'll go by mine. Where is my toothbrush? While I'm in here, I might as well give it a little brushy brush. Alright. I didn't need to read any of that. I don't need to keep singing. I don't know why I kept going. Alright. Now we're going to, before we put the new ones in, I'm going to do the second one. These new thumbsticks should be actually better than the ones that I currently have in here. Which hopefully will be. You know, like, I feel like anytime you go with a third-party part, you kind of run the risk of, like, will it be better? Okay. It says to remove that with the tweezers, but there's no fucking purchase on the tweezers. Where'd I put the little tip thing that holds them together? So to be fair, I wouldn't necessarily say this is an an update or an upgrade. I would say this is a repair, because once again, like, we're gonna swap real quick. So flash to my computer screen real fast, and then we'll go back to the camera. But I would say this is a repair, not an update. While these are better sticks, from what I've heard, like, I am technically going parallel. Like, they're about the same. So, there we go. So I don't really consider this an upgrade. I will say, I am making this harder on myself by doing it on stream, because I am also having to work around my microphone. And in the future, if I do things like this, I have to remember, maybe I should be using my lav mic for this, for the people. Well, to be fair, I did promise I would be doing this on stream. I did say several times that I was going to do this on stream. So I'm not a liar at the very least. I just fucked up those words altogether. There we go, second one out. Alright. My Steam Deck has no nipples. I don't know why that's where my brain went. That's where it went. Anybody's guess. Give it a little hole. Let me wash a little hole. Not too late to swap mics. I didn't charge up my lav mics, and I don't know if they're charged. Like, in all reality, if I was really going to be anal about it, like, I could just, like, re-angle my mic and just have it up high or something. Like, I feel like you can still hear me here. You know? Although this does actually block my camera. Or not my camera, my screen. Like, I have options, though, is what I'm saying. Not as beautifully. That's true. Doesn't have that seal of quality I'm so used to. I was literally just waiting for my mic just to fall comically, and it didn't. Alright, we got both of those out. Alright, in each Steam Deck there are two different models, thumbstick A and B, identical capacitive touch capacities. Identify the system, you'll need to navigate settings. Yeah, okay. I'm glad they told me to do this after I've already taken the entire goddamn thing apart. This iFixit kit literally has that whole, like, A and B type thing at the very end of the guide. Luckily, I already knew about it, so they're already set correctly, but that seems like the wrong way to do that. Alright. We have the left one here, which, just for the sake of comparison, we're going to take a look at them. This is the original here. This is the new one. See, the parts are, for the most part, the same. Like, that doesn't have autofocus. I don't know why I expected it to. There we go. Finding the minimal focus. But as you can see, they're pretty similar in the back. You do have the switch on this one up top that, you know, makes it so you can switch from A to B. And then on the inside, you can kind of see the construction of them is a little different. This one uses electromagnets, whereas this one just is a traditional, like, you know, thumbstick. But they are put together a little differently. They both do capacitive touch. They both look the same on the front. So I am very interested to see how these will turn out. Now, before I put this in, I have to pop open I have to pop open the thing so I can put that cable back in there. Okay. My tools. All right, let me pull this back. All right. All right. Whew. Let me grab one of these screws and get to screwing. All right. All right, that's one in. I am so terrified of getting this thing back together correctly. Although I will say, this has not been nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. I scraped my screwdriver all over this board. I thought this was going to be way more difficult. Although the screw doesn't want to go in, so I may have counted my chickens before they roost. Hey, Gondor, how are you today? Come on. Go into your home. There you go. Good screw. What a good screw. Yes, that was meant to be, gross. Don't at me. Get slept all day because I spent all night buying baby clothes. Hell yeah. Baby clothes are always like kind of a drag to buy. Like I always feel like I am like I have I'm gonna use a slightly smaller screwdriver here. I have like 3 nieces now and like 1 nephew. Buying baby clothing is awful every time. Like I've even like buying them like other gifts, like going to the store and buying them like a toy or something for a birthday or Christmas or what have you. Like I always end up like standing in like the baby aisle or like the child's toy aisle, and I just look lost. Like I'm surprised nobody has called security on me yet, because I'm clearly just confused and lost and scared, and I don't know what's going on. Like, all right, this is one of those things that requires concentration a little bit. So give me a moment. All right. That looks together. Like, I think that's in there, and like, I have the thing down. I think that's one installed. Time for number 2. An adult needs an adult at that point. Oh, 100%. Well, like, I have friends who are more in tune to that kind of thing. Unfortunately, now they have had kids. So they don't have time to help poor dumb Ralph when he's standing there at the fucking toy aisle going, what the fuck do kids like? You know? Because I also agonize over shit like that. Like, it ain't even just like, I don't know, or like, I sit there and really consider my options. It's that I agonize over those decisions. Because, like, I don't want to get them something that sucks, So, like, I sit there and just worry. Why does that not look like it's down far enough? It appears to be. But yeah, I am terrified of screwing that up. It's also one of the reasons, like, one of the many reasons I don't really like Christmas. Like, it's just so much anxiety to, like, constantly. I've not blown up yet. Rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. But I do, though. I agonize so much whenever I, like, give gifts. That, like, it's such a painful experience that, like, I kind of lose any amount of, like, joy I feel for it, Like, I get so worried. Like, I'd like to think I'm fairly good at giving gifts, but I feel like I'm always going to be worried about it, With the holidays coming up, it's that time of year where I'm going to start, like, agonizing over that shit. And I'm an idiot. And I just realized I'm an idiot. I mean, I've known for a while now, but I didn't pop open that wire thing. Also, I should probably have had something sturdier than this box to prop my Steam Deck on. Because it is not helping matters. Okay, cool. I was able to pop it open with the wire. Oof. I feel like that other one went in so much further. I'm working so hard not to cross-thread this right now. I wonder if these were supposed to go, like, in the exact holes. Not just, like, any of the same hole. Because every so often, that'll be a thing when something's put together. Like, in all reality, you should be replacing it to the exact hole, not just any hole of that type. Oh, there we go. I got it. And I'm just doing it completely off camera. Oh, we're at the end of the guide. This told me how to remove it. I'm literally just going through steps backwards to install the new ones. We're through the looking glass. Okay, I think that's about as far as that can go. That looks about right. That look about right to y'all? We got both of them installed now. Alright. Let's see now. After we... doesn't know. Fair. I'm also making the camera focusing so much harder on myself than it needs to be. I could switch to a smaller aperture and Alright. Reconnect the battery. Battery? The battery. Alright, now shit's getting real because now we're back to having power to everything. Man. I know it's a handheld and there isn't really room to give you room to work, but like, god damn. Okay, something lit up. Are we... Okay, cool. Power on. Power didn't power on. Good. Whew. We're reconnecting baddies. Alright, now I have to put that shield back on. Had 3 screws. I'm gonna get this thing all back together. It's not gonna work. Take your bets now if I fuck this up or not. Actually, can I start a poll? I have faith. That makes one of us. I just want to make a poll. Asking for me. Or a wager. What is it, a wager I think people do?
Stop being a bitch and come on.
New poll. Actually, no, fuck it. We're not doing a poll. You're right. And by we're not doing a poll, you're right. I mean, I don't have a keyboard hooked to that computer right now, so I can't actually type on it. Yes, boo me. Welcome in, Griff. How are you? Prediction. Damn it. Is there a way for, I don't know how to make a prediction. Both in real life and on stream. I'll be real with you. How are you, Griff? How's your day going? Tell you what, I never realized how big and stupid my hands are until I gotta do something like this. Where the hell does that third screw go? Does it go on the end there, or does it go on the other? Okay, it goes on the other corner. Because I'm just realizing that, like, ooh, silly. It's that season. I'm just realizing, like, this kind of work isn't the work for somebody with, like, a size 13 ring size. Like, you know. Alright, replace that. Alright, we put the back on. Prediction with a slash in front of it. Do I have to, like, clip it? Okay. I'm just kind of, like, terrifyingly squeezing this now. Predict you're doing it right. All those feel right. Now, here's where the hubris comes in. Do I screw it all back together before testing it? Why not? Because there's a thing. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in my and switch to desktop. Okay. So yeah, we're actually going to need to do a little bit of cleaning up. So we are going to screw it together because I need to use the mouse and keyboard. There's a thing when you build computers where you never put the side panel on before you boot it. Like, you always do your first boot with the side panel off. Because if you do all your cable management and button it all up, it won't boot. Like, it's bad mojo. You will be stuck where it's like, well, now I have to take everything back apart and open it back up to fix what minor problem. It's a superstition thing. Where's Max? I mean, I always call him Hank Hudson. He's behind me on the chair. He don't get no loving today, though. Because of static electricity. I assume he means Hudson. Yeah, no, Hudson's right behind me. He's being very good today. He's taking up his normal post on the recliner. He's being very good today. Which I can only assume will be met with violence later. Jagbu outright mad. It's like, no, his name is Hudson. Okay? It's Hudson. To be fair, I'll be real with you, Jagbu. The only reason I remember the name of your cat is that it's one of my favorite names. I always said if I had a daughter, I would name her Vera. After the musician. And the Pink Floyd song. It's the only reason I've consistently been able to remember the name of your cat. It left you an accident in your house. You get back from work. No, he's actually very good. He's actually very good about that. For all of his faults, he is housebroken completely. Like, he only pees and poops in the yard, unless it's like an anxiety or, like, anger poop. He has done that once or twice. But, for the most part, like, he is very good about waiting. And if it's not, it's like, it's a legitimate, like, he was sick. Like, the few times it has happened, it's like a horrible diarrhea situation where, like, he had to go. And it's like, yeah, he's sick. I'm not going to be mad at him for that. He puked in the house the other day. Like, he ate too quick or drank too quick or something. Threw up a bunch of kibble. Like, he was very anxious about it. It's like, buddy, you're not in trouble. Like, this happens. It's okay. You know? Like, I'm not going to get mad at him for shit like that. That's weird. But no, he's very good about he is very house trained. Like, I'll give him that. Of all of his faults where, you know, he's very bad about, like, respecting boundaries and, you know, his other crimes. He is very housebroken. That is not a problem we have to deal with, thankfully. On the bright side, though, I do also have hardwood floors, so. Like, I have hard floors everywhere, no carpet. So at least cleanup is a little easier. All right. My Steam Deck is all screwed. Easier to clean. I wouldn't say easy, because it's still fucking gross. Where'd my little tip go? God damn, I used this fucking thing once and I lost. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Alright. So we are all back together now. Till all are one. We've been making a mild breakthrough lately, Hudson and I. He's been more accepting of petting lately, which is great, because, you know, like, I would like to be able to pet the dog. Let's see if she powers on. Nice to pet doggies. Exactly. Back, I feel like buying a newborn is hard since they can't communicate. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, realistically, you're buying stuff the parents like at a certain point. Not like me neither. I am very nervous. But I'm hoping I just didn't power it on correctly. I'll be real with you. I've almost never shut off my Steam Deck. So, like, I'm never 100% sure how to turn it on. It's always just in sleep mode. It's making noises, which is something. We're going to try adding power to the equation. Maybe that'll help. Like, it's lit up. Is that a Nintendo Switch? No, it's a Steam Deck. Hey! Life. It finds a way. Of course, it's also discharged to, No. The Nintendo Switch is right here. Go back to your slumber. Pardon me. All right, bring back my keyboard and my wood wrist rest. And what say we go ahead and get into Steam Deck real quick. Hey, my mouse works. Alright, we're gonna switch to desktop mode, because that's what this guide says. You'll need one. Okay. Hey. Let's do some quick updates. Like your background. I'll show you the background in a minute, because it's straight up, like, a shot from Red Dead. Like Red Dead 2. It's not mine, mind you. But... But there we go. It's just straight up John out in the fucking desert by Tumbleweed. But yeah. Like, I just thought it was a really pretty image. So that's my background now for Steam Deck. It has been for a while, actually. We're gonna Griff. We're gonna delete that message real quick. No spoilers for a game we haven't played on stream. Mine's the default. I had the default for a while, but like, I wanted to switch it. I can see deleted messages. No, you can't. Ignore it. Look away. Avert your eyes. Also, how do you see deleted messages? I assume everyone will die, Ralph. Don't worry. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did watch me play Red Dead 1, which is all spoilers for what will happen in Red Dead 2. All of it is spoilers for Red. I haven't played on game. Forget you. Oh no, I've played the game. I've 100%ed the game. But I have a rule, and I don't bring it up often. I don't think it's actually in the rules. But like, there's a general like rule of unless I've played it on stream, whether or not I've actually played it or not, we don't spoil. Because I don't know if like any of y'all don't want to get spoiled for something. I often don't care if I get spoiled for something. All right, I need the console. I also need to switch to this. I need to switch this up here. I need to open a window. History, caliber, Steam Decks, thumbsticks. We're gonna disconnect that window. There's so much tech happening right now. We're just gonna. There we go. The Steam Deck, the original background wasn't bad looking. I just didn't use it. I don't mind it. Or actually, I did use it for a long time. Whoa, Jesus Christ, what is this output? Configure desktop. Scaling issues, please. Okay. Does this look more normal on your screen? Because it does not look normal on mine. Whoa. What computer am I on? Why don't my... The Sam Hill is happening here? Things are getting weird. Crasher, move your stick right now. I need an adult. Why won't my keyboard work? What computer are we hooked into? Steam Deck, okay. There we go. I would like to duplicate on both screens, because clearly what is happening on this screen is not matching what's supposed to be happening. Configure display settings. DisplayPort 0. Why is that the resolution, computer? Yeah, this is weird. I don't fully know what's going on right now. I'm scared. I don't understand. Unknown. You're not 640 by 480. I can guarantee you of that. Like, this is a 1440 display computer. And it's not giving me the drop down. We're going to try... Maybe the connection was a little weird. Identity crisis. Yeah. Give me any normal resolution here, Steam Deck. There we go. Normal resolution achieved. Not the right one, mind you, but a normal one. Okay. Yippee! Alright. There we go. Now I need to fix the display on here. Sorry, this all of a sudden got to, like, everything fell apart. I felt like I was doing really well with, like, everything kind of looking right. And then it just all fell apart. Alright. There we go. Now I need to read the thing of how to do this. Alright, first things first, I need to open the console. Console. Okay. And I need to type in the command. Thumbstick. underscore. Fuck is the underscore? I've not used an underscore on a PC in a very long time. Underscore cow. I should move on instructions carefully. Steam if running. Don't say centralized position. Press the A key or enter. Alright, they are. Okay. Rotate both thumbsticks sent twice. Full deflection and press A. Next value is red. Validating calibration. Successful. Buy. Press A or enter. Okay, cool. Those should be calibrated. So now we're gonna go back to gaming mode. I didn't even know survive. Wait, yesterday, don't they normally aren't those normally on Sundays? I thought those were normally on Sundays. Okay. Okay. Now then, we're gonna hop in. We're gonna awkwardly lean. But there are Wednesdays. I love Survivor, but oh no, Survivor Series are wrestling up. It's a wrestling pay-per-view. Lone Survivor. Play Pokemon. So why is Shadowcast so quiet? There we go. Alright, I want to get to controller. We're going to test input. Alright. Pull right trigger. Left trackpad. That's trackpadding. Right trackpad. Right joystick. That's joysticking. Okay. Hey, look, somebody else for the fire. Ben. Oh, I do not watch it then. Alright. We're going to hop into some control. Because I know that uses joysticks. And I'm going to awkwardly try to both stay on camera and hold my Steam Deck. Play DirectX 11. Need the keyboard attached to that still. Northlight. So once again, all of the Remedy games are on sale. You should go buy the Remedy games if you don't own them on Steam, because they are all dope. You sure you don't want to buy Twitch followers? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They ban people for that. They'll come to your house and, like, shoot your dog. Bezos ain't fucking around. I can't afford them after paying me. Don't make it sound like that. Game seems a little loud. I just turned it up. That might be why. Alright. Let's, Alright. Fast travel. Do I have any missions?
Oh, I can't believe the emergency rations don't.
What do you want, Ross?
Man, I never thought I'd be working in the executive sector. Look at me now, Ma.
Okay, you do not have
I'll
a
see you
mission
later.
associated.
You know where I'll be.
We're gonna fast travel to what is a quarry entrance. We'll go to the quarry entrance. This is post game, so I actually have no idea what's going on or where anything is. Like, I've unlocked everything. I think I was playing around with it to, like, test something else recently. I can't, like, I don't recall. Alright, bring me the hiss. Yeah, you get all the cool superpowers in Control. Like, if I remembered how to do any of them, I would do things. Okay, that's my shield. Alright, thumbsticks seem to be thumbsticking. Yes. Remember when we were playing Alan Wake and, like, the weird federal agent showed up and, like, captured Alan and, like, all that, like, Estevez? And that weird building we were in the DLC? Like, the lake house that we just played? That's the FBC. This is the game that the FBC comes from. Oh, they're a hiss over here, and I can't fly up enough to meet them. Alright, gyro works, so that means that the thumbstick, oh, I just can't get through there. Okay. Well, shit. But yeah, 100% recommend this game. This game is awesome. Like, it is one of those things where it's like, okay, that's the dodge. There we go. Suck it, nerd. Alright, so this seems to be working. I think I fixed my Steam Deck. Which I think I may have turned on infinite ammo at some point. Of course, I don't think I've gotten hurt by it. Oh shit, it's one of those. Hell yeah. Alright. We can... Cool. Now I can fucking play video games at work again. More importantly, I can go back to playing video games at work. That's what this is all about. I couldn't play video games at work anymore. But yeah. Most important thing, obviously. Listen, they don't pay me enough to give a shit about anything else, okay? Like... But hell yeah, Steam Deck's fixed. But yeah, holy shit. And it didn't take too long. It took me a little under an hour and a half. It took me about an hour and a half to do. And I want to say, like, total cost, parts, and tools, because I did it solely with the iFixit kit. I didn't use any external parts or any external tools, just the kit. And these, I think these were $29, and the toolkit I think was $29. So like $40 or $50 or whatever. 30 and 30, 60. Math is hard, okay? I have a rule for that. That's the thing. So, I already have it on here, so we'll We'll look it up on here. I'm pretty sure that this company, the Ghoulie Kit people, also make Joy-Con replacements. I'm pretty sure they make Joy-Con. Before I speak out of my ass, I'm going to pull it up and look. Ghoulie Kit Joy-Con. No, not Joy-Con. Okay, Firefox, I don't want you to fucking... Oh, God damn it. So they do make them for the Joy-Con. So that might be so frustrating for me specifically. So to be fair, I can't speak to how hard the Joy-Con will be to fix. Also, why is this not going like full screen? Full screen. I want full screen. It wasn't too hard to fix, but I don't know how involved the Joy-Con repair is. I think Biscuit has. Like, I don't think it's impossible. Like, I don't think it's easy. Like, I think the Steam Deck is way easier. Production models, 2 versions, general, all genuine products, but use no word. I don't fully understand, but okay. How do you figure out which one you need? Potential low power technology provides only 50% power carbon film joystick for more power saving, a longer gaming session. I don't give a shit about battery. Oh God, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like to be fair, power consumption is not my chief concern with my Joy-Cons. No more wear tear, anti-stick drift, durable. Replacement stick cap. Ooh. Yeah, see, the Joy-Con is a far more complex device, and it worries me. Joystick can work on Joy-Con as a replacement component, but it's not guaranteed that it will work well on other various non-authorized third-party control. Okay, so like I can't throw it in my I can't throw them in my my Hori pads. I might get these next. Replacement. Nvidia. How to replace a Nintendo joystick. Alright. Play me your song.
Hello
piano.
everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'll be demonstrating how to replace the joysticks on both the left and right Joy-Cons.
Okay. I don't want to just like straight up use this person's whole video, but I want to get a good look at this.
Or a magnetic pad. And once the screws are removed, we'll carefully pry up the back plate with the pry tool, as there are 2 cables connected to it. The cable to the battery will need to be pried up. One way to do this is to wiggle the green pry tool under it and lift up. Once that's taken care of, we'll then pry the battery off as well.
Yeah, from what I understand, the big problem with doing Joy-Cons is that everything is super small and
might
super
take a little more
delicate.
effort to remove. But once removed, we can place it to the side.
Because there is a lot of technology
Holding the
crammed
battery
into
cover
these little
are
things.
3 small screws, where we'll use the PH00 screwdriver.
Like, from my understanding, there's a lot of things in here, you know? So, like, I imagine it is kind of difficult to replace anything in here.
We'll also carefully lift up on the battery cover because there is a cable holding it in place.
Yeah, I use a P5
Personally,
on my
I
laptop.
like to leave this cable
It's
there
tiny.
while replacing the joystick, but if you find it gets in the way, you are welcome
Also, the fact
to
that there's
unlock
3
the zip
layers to this
connector it's
fucking
connected to and remove it.
Like, look how small it is. Like,
The two
Granted, I
necessary
have
cables
pretty,
to remove
like,
are
decently
the
sized
joystick cable
hands.
and the minus
like they're
button
not
cable.
big things.
They are also connected to zip
also why I don't
connectors,
really like
and
using
to
them,
remove them,
but-
just lift up on the tab and pull on the cable.
Like, expecting me to play a video game like this, Nintendo, is unreasonable. I got grown-ass hands. They should have sizes, yeah.
It's
Well, to be fair, like, my preferred Nintendo, like, when I play my Switch very rarely, I prefer to use this. It's the Hori pad. Like, it is far more comfortable to somebody with larger hands. What the hell's my other one? There we go. So, like, it makes holding the Switch for me is kind of a pain in the ass. Like, I'm big enough where it's like, I kind of gotta bring my elbows in. It's like, it's not very comfortable to hold. I wind up kind of like resting the bottom of it on my pinkies and playing it like that. Whereas with the Hori pad, Tiny has those. She has tiny hands. I mean, to be fair, that is her, is her name, the tiniest hands. To tracks. But like, these I find to be just so much more comfortable to hold and play with. Like, they have back buttons, like decent things. They don't have a lot of the fancier things, but it makes it so much more like reasonable. And just look at the size difference between like how far in it's held. Like it makes it so much more comfortable to hold. Like, I don't feel like I have to like rest the bottom under my pinky to support the weight. I can just kind of like outright hold it. And it also like, so like width-wise, it makes it wider so I don't have to like squeeze my shoulders in or hold my elbows all the way out to play. Whereas like, it gives it more of a profile similar to the Steam Deck. Like, this is awkward to hold two electronic devices. So many handhelds. It gives it more of like a similar profile to the Steam Deck. So like, it becomes far more comfortable for me to hold. Which, while a lot of people complained about the size of the Steam Deck being an issue, how big and heavy it is, I found that to be kind of good. Because I didn't feel like I was holding a Switch where it's super tiny. And once again, I have an early model Switch, so like, they did some comfort things later on. But like, heavy, because I love how tiny my Switch is. It is heavy. I'm not gonna say it isn't. But like, I find this to be too small. Like, there's also no contouring to the back of it, so you're just holding something flat. Which feels weird to me. Do I have a game in here? I ain't even got a game in here. Like, that's how little I use my fucking Switch now. But yeah, like, I think the Joy-Cons are neat controllers. But they're not, like, really all that great. Like, they very much have issues. And I think the Steam Deck not being able to directly remove controllers is an issue, because you have to do what I just did to fix it if there is an issue. Looking to see, is there a... Yeah, calibrate sticks, that's what I'm looking for. So, if we look, my stick, like, that's how far off my left stick is. Like, that's why I don't play it. Like, look at this shit. You're telling me this is a reasonable thing, Nintendo? But if I take that fucker off, what the hell's diamond controller? Oh, I'm sorry. This one's also fucking up. How do I disconnect controllers? How do I make things not happen here? But yeah, like even navigating menus for okay, even like navigating menus though becomes more difficult with this fucker. Like whoa, will not let me. Okay, won't let me into the calibration menu, but like I don't have that problem with these. Like it isn't trying to escape the menu. Like with this. Whereas these ones, it's trying to I have to fight just to get to a game to play, let alone actually having problems in the game. Like people wonder why I don't do Nintendo shit. This is what they gave me. This. And one of these, I'm fairly certain both of them have been repaired already. Like, I've sent both of them away to get repaired before. Because they had stick drift once already. So it isn't even like it's the first time it happened. It happened within 6 months of me owning my Switch. And then it happened again, like 3 months later. So yeah. Like, it was fine when it was the only game in town for handheld gaming. But now I have the Steam Deck. How did I turn fixing my Steam Deck into fuck Nintendo? How did that happen? How did we get here? But yeah. Like, don't make noises at me. Like, I might get around to doing the Steam Deck replacement on my, or not the Steam Deck replacement, Jesus Christ. The, Joy-Con replacement on my Steam Deck. I might... Give me a moment, I'll get there. I might get around to doing the thumbstick replacement on my Joy-Cons. Soon. I do love my Steam Deck. And, like, to be fair, I recognize that it is not, like, the best handheld in terms of horsepower. I fully understand that. But that being said, like, I also, like, fully understand that, like, it just works really well. Like, the whole thing works really well. And part of that is just, like, the magic of, I'm also doing things, so give me 1 second. Part of that is also the magic of, like, SteamOS, I think is, because the, ROG Ally is more powerful. The Levino Legion handheld is more powerful. Outright. No contesting it. But they both run Windows, which is an issue. Hold on. I actually just saw the Levino Legion, or Lenovo Legion. The Go, I think it's called. Yeah, the Go. I just saw one in person for the first time yesterday. I want that. There we go. This is the Legion. and it does the little party trick that the Switch does, where it disconnects the controllers and one of them becomes an upright mouse. You know, like has that cool little party trick going to it. Yeah, it's technically more powerful. Like, both of these are technically more powerful than the Steam Deck. Both of them have problems in terms of they both are Windows handhelds. Windows handhelds will never really, although that big picture, nah, that's big picture mode. You'll never really get them. While there's better driver support on Windows, you'll never really get like great handheld like experience playing on. This should also tell you how big it is. Look at that dude's hands. Well, to be fair, the Steam Deck you can dock. Like, technically speaking, I'm running it docked right now. We are still on my Steam Deck. You know? Like, we have not gotten off my Steam Deck yet. And I literally have just a hub that I plug it into. And everything's already it's one plug in and out, and that's all. And it's a desktop PC, essentially. But while they're more powerful, like, the real selling point is SteamOS. SteamOS really makes it smooth. And there's a learning curve, because it is Linux. But, like, man, did they really kind of, like... They really kind of nailed how, like, the functionality of the thing. Like, this works really well. And while there are things that are more powerful, like, this one has this, where is it? There it is. I would like to zoom in, please. Like, handheld performance at 15 watts, 800p. The Legion Go is in blue, the Ally Z1 Extreme is in red, and the OLED Steam Deck. Like, the OLED Steam Deck, like, doesn't have the best performance. It does outright have the best in Dying Light 2 Medium, apparently, for the one person who wants to play that. But it kind of falls behind in most other things. And that's fine. You don't need the most powerful, because you're playing on an 800p screen. Not much. Like, in Returnal, you're getting 26 frames with the Legion Go, 26 frames with the Steam Deck, and 31 with the Ally. Which, like, massively people say, I don't notice it because it's not important to me. Yeah. Like, Cyberpunk 2020... Am I having some form of stroke? Is that what's happening here? Cyberpunk running on the Steam Deck setting... Like, you get 47 frames a second, 51 on the Ally, and 36 on the Lenovo. Like, or the Lenovo. Why don't... I keep fucking that word up. Like, in all reality, all of these are playable. Just people put this weird thing where they're like... Where they kind of put too much on, like, high frame rate rather than stable. Like, stable frame rate is where it's at. And often, with the right, like, tinkering, you can get a good, stable frame rate on any game on the Steam Deck. It's just how much you want to fucking tinker with it. And these are tinkerer's things. But I think that's it for me. We fixed the thing. I can now play video... It didn't like that. I touched it. I touched it and everything went no. The wire for my dock is a little iffy. So, like, it doesn't like certain things. So sometimes it'll just do that. But that's because I have a third-party dock, and it is a very tight fit. Like, the angle it's on pulls the cable real bad, so the cable housing is a little wonky. I keep meaning to get a longer cable. But I think that'll do it for me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully, we can do more of these, like, fix-it kind of streams. I would like to do more of them. So So let me know if y'all thought this was fun to just kind of hang out and chat while I work on a thing. The next one will be my Joy-Cons. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I would fix them, to be honest, because there's nothing on the Switch I feel like playing. That's the thing I keep coming back to. I don't actually know what I would do on the Switch, even if I did fix it. Like, even if it worked, why? Why bother? But I can go back to playing video games on my Steam Deck, and that's the important bit here. It's no longer just like the thing I used to watch TV on when I'm at work. But we'll be back Tuesday. We're starting a new game. I don't know what it is, so stop asking. We'll figure it out together. I've been Ralph. That's been Hudson. You can find me at any one of these places. I haven't decided yet. Honestly, I have not decided yet. I have an idea. I do think I have an idea as to what it's going to be, but I haven't 100% decided on it yet. But whatever it is, we'll see it together. I do want to play something fun, though. I feel like I bitched a lot during Arkham, which is part of the problem. Like, I feel like I spent a lot of Arkham complaining about Arkham. So I want to play something fun. What that is, I got no idea, though. Oh, and you can buy, like, the OEM dock. I brought it up because I was wondering about it. You can buy the OEM dock for the Steam Deck for $80. I have the Anker, like, 7-in-1 USB-C dock, and it's worked fine since day one. I bought it right before I got the Steam Deck. I think I had it like 2 days before the Steam Deck got delivered. And I've never had a problem with it. But yeah, I want to play something fun. I don't know what that is. Or what fun even means in this context. It could be something completely astronomical. But I hope you all have a lovely Monday, a lovely start to your week. And I'll catch you all later. Bye. I was like, cool down. And then I realized, oh no, as soon as it's hitting the asphalt, it is evaporating and becoming humidity. So it's just like, oh, cool. Pedaling. It got real bad real quick. But guess what? More importantly, we get a big bald man.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.